really happy to be here today. Even if it's the third day and you guys are all tired from all the partying last night and the night before and the night before and all the crazy announcements that we've had in these past few days. I know it's a conference that lasts 3 days, and the last afternoon is the hardest. I hope I'm not going to put you to sleep. If somebody falls asleep, just raise the hand slightly. I will try to wake you up. I'm Eddie from Valid Blocks. It's really an honor to speak after a brilliant mind like Grigore. You know, I think we are so lucky to have him in the ecosystem. I would like another round of applause for him. Okay, so in the last few months, we've been wondering what can we do to add value to the Elrond ecosystems. As most of you probably know, we are a staking provider since we believe in non-custodial staking. And we wanted to do something to help the community. So I'll start with a question. What aspect do you value most when storing assets on the blockchain? If you've read the title of the presentation, it kind of gives it away, right? I'm going to give you the only right answer. The most important thing is security, right? You can have the fastest blockchain, a gazillion transactions per second. If you don't have security, you have nothing. You can have shiny apps, right? Without security, you're zero. So let's try to raise our hands. Who has an Elrond wallet in here? I want every hand up, because if you signed up, you needed to have an Elrond wallet, right? If you didn't, you created one. Okay, I'm trying to see if your experience is the same as mine, right? Have you helped anyone create an Elrond wallet? That's good. The rest of you, homework. When I help a person create a wallet, of course, you walk through the process, and you tell them these words, these 24 words, these are very important. This is your lifeline. You don't take a screenshot. You don't take a picture of these. You write them down on a piece of paper or on 2 pieces of paper, and you save them in a safe or someplace safe where nobody sees them. If Benjamin Minku comes and asks for these words, you don't give it to him, you know. These are for you and you alone. What happens? They don't. Actually, I asked them a month later, hey, did you back up your seed phrase? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. They don't. And in the end, Maya asks you, ask you to put some words in a specific order. If I share my secret phrase, I will lose my money. Say it with me. If I share my secret phrase, I will lose my money. What happens? They do. Some fake Telegram account comes in Elrond community chats, right? In MultiversX chats. And he goes, hey, I'm your friendly Elrond support admin here trying to help you. Please validate your wallet in this website. So people fall for these scams for some reason, right? They click that link, and it asks for the seed phrase to sign in. I don't know why. They do it. So you have to think, what's happening? You know, where do we go wrong? Because on blockchain, there is no password recovery, right? We are used to clicking on a link and saying, I forgot my password. That's OK. I'm going to get a new password with an OTP, a PIN, no problem. But we have lost the idea of truly owning something, right? Ever since in the 70s, US abolished the golden standard, right? Now it's just everything is relative. So we have lost the idea of truly ownership of value, true ownership of value. So we need to come back with Web3 and really understand and help others understand what the true ownership means. And as we've been hearing over and over again, with true ownership comes great responsibility. You're probably familiar, since if you're in the space, with the story of Gerald Cotton and Quadriga. There are so many nuances to this story. I'm not going to get into that, but this is a guy that founded a crypto exchange in Canada in 2013. And in 2019, after his sudden death in some weird circumstances in India, he took to the grave the keys to the cold wallet. So 190 million US were locked forever in an address. So the story is, like I said, a bit more complicated, but you have to wonder, what if? What if he wasn't the only one that had the keys? What if they used the multi-sig? So what is a multi-sig? A multi-sig is basically a smart contract that stores assets on the blockchain for 1, 2, 3, 1,000 users, right? Infinite number of users, doesn't really matter. And you can set up a quorum, and that is the number of approvals that any transaction needs in order to be processed. So say you are 5 people, you can set up a quorum of 3, and any transaction needs those 3 approvals, the proposal plus 2, in order to pass. So if they use the multi-sig, somebody else could have had the access to that cold wallet, and the funds will still be available. So basically, what a multi-sig does is it adds an exponential security layer. I saw this metaphor on the internet, on Reddit. It's like if mining for a private key would be like winning the lottery 6 days in a row, and then on the 7th day being struck by lightning, try to think about what does it mean to mine 2 of the same private keys in the same multi-sig. I mean, the human mind can't easily comprehend truly massive numbers. If we look at our neighbors in the Ethereum, you probably heard of them. They're a startup in 2014. The most common multi-sig wallet holds over 100 billion US dollars assets. So I think once we raise the bar of the security, once we go to the next level of security, it becomes the default, right? Everybody will want to use a multi-sig. Any bank, any institution, any fund, all of them will want to use the best security there is. So who could benefit from a multi-sig? Well, I could say any team that's building any staking provider, any DAO, any NFT creator, any DeFi projects. It would bring a lot of trust. The rug pulls would be more difficult to implement if a multi-sig is in place. It's not one person who holds the keys, it's a team of people. And even individuals. So if you set up a family multi-sig or you want to have redundancy, you can set it up as in a billion ways. So actually, the sky is the limit. I'm not going to introduce this any longer because the time is going like crazy, so I'm just going to play it. Insert drum roll effect. We present the xSafe. Unfortunately, we did not get the memo with the right color and the shape of the X, but we're getting there. This was built before the announcement, so bear with me. I'm just going to give a quick rundown of the application. You are presented with this very simple interface where you can log in with your favorite wallet, Maiar, Xportal, Maiar DeFi, whatever. And if you want to create a new wallet, it's just 2 simple steps. Enter a name for your wallet, and then deploy the smart contract. Once deployed, you need to change the owner of the wallet. That is very important because when you deploy the smart contract, you are the smart contract owner. So you could eventually upgrade the smart contract with a malicious code. You don't want that. You want security. So you are giving the smart contract ownership of itself. It's self-owned. Any upgrade will need to be done through the normal process of proposal, approval. So this increases the security. Once the safe is deployed and the ownership is given to itself, you can receive tokens, NFTs. There's an overview, a dashboard with all the members and the tokens that you have. And let's walk through adding a member, right? You go to the organization members, add a member, add the address, Of course, at this time, you are the sole member in the multi-sig, so you don't need any further approval. You can just perform the operation. In transactions, perform. Once the new member is added, you can change the quorum to 2, so it will be 2 out of 2 members, 2 signatures needed to confirm any transactions. So you can propose a quorum change to 2. Once the action is performed, now the quorum has changed to 2. Any further transaction would need 2 signatures. So let's say we look at the assets and say, I want to send 1.5 eagle, right? I go to the dashboard, click on the send button, and it creates a proposal of sending 1.5 eagle. You can swap there and change the asset you're trying to send from eagle to locked mex or Holoride or, well, locked mex not anymore, right? So you create the proposal. The other wallet will have to approve the transaction before it can be performed. You can see the transactions that are pending. And once it's approved, it can be performed, and boom, the eagle is sent. So how do you do when you want to interact with other smart contracts, not just sending assets? Well, the way we thought of this is, let's make a marketplace where any smart contract interaction would have a small app. So we created a framework for small apps that can be installed, and all the smart contract interactions will have a user interface. So anybody that wants to use these apps will just click a few buttons and do it. The first app that is available is the EGLD staking app. So you can just install it and then click on the stake button. You're presented with a list of staking providers. You select your favorite staking provider. No hints given here. You click next. The proposal is created, right? And you go through the whole process. Somebody approves the proposal and performs the action. So all the restake, claim, unstake actions are done in the same way. All this does is it prepares the transaction for the multi-sig to perform. You don't have to worry about converting hex to decimal or the other way around. It does this for you. So any future apps that will need to interact with the multi-sig, they can be created very simply. So the framework allows anybody to contribute. So we will add more apps, but we're looking forward to see what everybody in the community will add. And I think we can all together make this a beautiful ecosystem. So we're not launching a token. The development is self-funded, and we hope you will find it useful. That's it from me. Thank you very much. Actually, two more things, sorry. The safest way to manage your digital assets on MultiversX is available soon for early access users. We have opened the registration at xsafe.io, also xsafe.app. And we're going 100% open source with the front end as soon as we launch on the mainnet. Thank you very much.